Is salt and sodium the same thing? I've heard so many people use these two different terms as a synonym to each other, but they are different things. Salt contains sodium, and sodium we can also get from so many different fruits, vegetables, nuts, or seeds. And the regular table salt that we eat is sodium chloride. Our body's daily requirement of sodium is only 500 milligrams, which is equivalent to just 1/4 of a teaspoon, but we end up taking a lot more than that. And excess of sodium chloride in the body can be toxic. And to avoid that effect, our body holds on to water to neutralize and dilute the effects of excess salt. This can lead to swelling or bloating, and it also puts off the balance of bodily fluids. One of the most important functions of our cells is to absorb nutrients and push out waste. But due to the excess of fluids in the cells, they are unable to do this properly and hold on to a lot more toxins in the body. Have you ever noticed the amount of salt that you intake when you are eating processed or packaged foods? Just take a look at the list of their ingredients. It will probably never say salt, but it mentions the chemical name of what salt they are using, something like MSG or sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide, sodium benzoate, things like that. Just take a look. Food industry intentionally puts really high amount of salt in their food. Firstly, it makes the cheap food taste good, and it also makes you highly addicted to their food. Once now you've eaten all this salty food, your body craves for more water or more fluids, and you end up drinking their unhealthy beverages too. Now are you wondering that maybe you want to switch to some organic sea salt or pink salt or Himalayan salt and all these fancy things that you're getting in the market? If you ask me if organic pink salt is better than the regular table salt, then yes it is. But the sodium content is only slightly lower than the regular salt. And also because it tastes less salty, a lot of you end up putting a lot more of these salts than the regular table salt. So it doesn't really help. The only good thing that you can do for your own health is avoid salt as much as you can. What you can do is at least have maybe 1 or 2 meals in a day that are without salt. It's really easy to do. There are so many substitutes available that you can use in your meals instead of salt. The first one is using a lot of fresh herbs like coriander, basil, parsley, oregano, thyme. Like the list is endless. You can just chop them finely and just add it to your meals. You can add them to salads, to cooked foods, to juices, and they give a very nice fresh taste to it. The second option is to use the dried form of these herbs. You can get them as a dried dehydrated powder and just sprinkle them in your meals. Third is using any spices. You have so many spices like cinnamon, black pepper, cayenne pepper, cumin powder, coriander powder. Just use them as you like and they'll really spice up the meal and give you a good flavor. Fourth is one of my favorites. You can take fresh onions, garlic, ginger, or even raw turmeric and just mince it or chop it really fine or grate it really finely and just add it to your meals, salads, juices, or even cooked meals. They give a fresh crunch and a very nice flavor. And the last one, which will actually bring out all the flavors from this and your dish, is the lemon juice or lime juice. So I hope you will give this a try. Just add any 2 or 3 of these things in your meal and replace it with salt and give it a go.